Hello, sir. Good day to you. My name is Sanjeev, and together with me, Pugal, we will be presenting about our final project for marketing management, February 2025 session. Okay, so without further, let me jump into our slides. Okay, Pugal, you can go.
Hello, sir. My name is Pugalinti Manimaran, and I would like to talk about the potential of introducing to EcoShop, a Malaysian's zero waste brand, to the Indonesian market. As more people become famous environmentally conscious, especially in Southeast Asia, Two EcoShops offers a timely solution. The brand provides affordable, eco-friendly products from food to cleaning supplies with little to no packaging. Customers bring their own containers and buy only what they need, reducing both waste and cost. What makes Two EcoShop stands out, it's not just its product, but its strong community focus through education, campaigns, and partnerships with local suppliers. With Indonesia's growing population and rising environmental awareness, this model could fit well. Of course, challenges like adapting to local shopping habits and ensuring accessibility remain, but with thoughtful adjustment to EcoShops has real potential to succeed and make sustainable living more practical for everyday Indonesian lives. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so moving on to the second part two, which is new market analysis. We have four subtopics under this main topic. Okay, so the first will be market overview and prospects. Okay, so we are basically talking about two eco shops, market overview and prospect in Indonesia. Okay, firstly, Indonesia has a wide consumer base with a population ranging of more than 275 million. Okay, Indonesia is also the world's fourth most populated nation. Second, the modern retailing sector in Indonesia is constantly growing, and people are moving from informal markets to mini markets and to more organized stores. Third will be strategic location within ASEAN, meaning for logistics and so on, it will be easy for them to handle. Moving on to the second subtopic, which is demographic fit in Indonesia for Tuco Eco Shop. Okay, as stated earlier, they have a very large and growing population in both urban and suburban areas, and their population is still increasing. Okay, next would be they have a large volume of young dominated people. Okay, over 50% of Indonesian are under the age of 30, and about 70% of them are working adults. Okay, and the third one would be emerging middle class and changing consumption patterns. Indonesia's middle class will be supporting more than 140 million people by the year of 2030 based on a article, and this shows that there'll be rising in incomes, education and employment opportunities. Moving on to the third subtopic would be economic and politic factors which would influence two eco shops' success in Indonesia. Looking at the economic factors, there is a growth in consumer purchasing power, which is very good. A very good urbanization and economic decentralization, meaning like new cities uh, are, are, are creating more demands in this retail industry. Third would be affordability centered consumption patterns, meaning instead of spending a lot of money for the same product, consumers are now beginning to reduce their spending for the same product. In simple words, they are looking for a cheaper alternative. Okay, so moving on to the political and regulatory factors. Okay, the first would be pro-business and retail-friendly policies. The Indonesian government has given top priorities for new investment to come into the country, as this will create more job opportunities and contribute to their country's economic directly or indirectly. Next would be the political stability and economic continuity. We all know that Indonesia is a very peaceful country, and their politics have been a very balanced system for the past few years. Okay, so this would bring a very great security to EcoShop. Okay, because they want to study there, right? Third would be import regulation and local sourcing expectation. Okay, since Indonesia and Malaysia are nearby, of course they will be able to collaborate with local suppliers uh, to supply maybe raw materials or goods for them to sell locally. Okay, the fourth subtopic would be gaps and opportunities of two eco shop in Indonesia retail market. The first gap would be there is very limited places that offer cheap daily items in an organized forms. Okay, in an organized forms meaning like in a hypermarket or a supermarket setting. Okay, next would be not many fixed price retail chains. Although some shops offer some things cheap, they do not offer all the things cheap, and hence people have to go to a few different stores to get different cheap items. Okay, and by introducing two eco shops, people can have a one-stop destination to get all the items for a cheap price. Okay, now looking at opportunity. Okay, there is a growing demand for good but cheap alternatives. In Indonesia currently, there are cheap items but of not good quality. Okay, so this would be a very good opportunity for two eco shops to introduce their product into this new market. Next would be omni-channel integration. Okay, two eco shops can operate physical stores in prime locations with heavy traffic and so on, and also the same time have a strong presence on their local e-commerce platforms. Moving on to the next topic would be uh, product analysis at the new market. Okay. Okay, so for strategic planning and competitive analysis, we have listed down a few points. Namely, first, of course, we have our target market ready. On our target would be people from urban and semi-urban areas. Next would be market entry. Where would we want to start up? As stated earlier, we would start up in prime locations such as Jakarta, Surabaya, Medan, Bali, Canggu, and so on. Okay. And yes, there is a very good consumer demand, as stated earlier, because people are looking for quality items in a low cost price. Okay. Some challenges that we might be facing. Okay. Uh, since this is a new brand in Indonesia, we would have to compete with all the other brands, their local brands who have already been, whereby local Indonesians are already familiar with that brand. Okay, so to overcome this, we would need to have a very strong brand positioning and an effective supply chain management. Moving on to the next four P's. Okay, of course, products. The products will be need to be very functional and also be cultural suitable for Indonesian, such as selling their local food or their local needs. Okay, and all the products should have halal labeling because a very wide consumer base of people in Indonesia are Muslims. Okay, next, for pricing, to fix a strategy price. For example, in Malaysia, two eco shop started with 2 ringgit 40 cents, but now the price has gone up slightly. So in Indonesia, maybe we can start maybe with 10,000 or 15,000 Indonesian rupees per item. For place, distribution place will be in high traffic locations as stated as earlier. For example, all their main cities. Okay, and also if we do it in like remote areas, it will be hard for us to send our supplies and so on. Okay, for promotion, the company will have to invest aggressively among their local to raise awareness through maybe social media influencers, campaigns, or so on. Okay, now for the SWOT analysis, what is the strength, weakness, and opportunity and threats? Okay, of course, the strength would be to have a maturing business model with history of success Malaysia. We are very strong Malaysia, so that is one of our strength. Since we are going to bring it to Indonesia, a fixed price system will generate a confidence consumer base, and we can cater a broad range of products. Okay, next is weakness. Okay, since we are a new company in Indonesia, of course our brand recognition will be low. Distribution challenges will be there at the start, but it will reduce as time goes by. The opportunities, as shared earlier, there will be government incentives for foreign people to start business in Indonesia. Um, Also, the opportunity would be the growing consumer demand. Threats would be maybe in the starting part, local people would not want to come and support a foreign brand first. But after gaining their confidence, yes, then they would be able to come. Next would be product improvement. Okay, so what changes we have to make to this shop so that it will be able to fit in well in Indonesia? First will be cultural and religious alignment. Okay, so ensure all the food, cosmetic, personal care, health product, soaps, you name it, what all are halal certified. Okay, includes product relevant to Indonesian lifestyle. For example, maybe they have their own local cooking stuff. For example, Asam Jawa, prayer mats, sarongs, and so on. Okay. Next, for language and labeling would be translate all the packaging instruction and labels into Bahasa Indonesia. With this, the local people would be able to understand what this product is in an easier manner. Okay, for packaging and designs, based on study, Indonesians prefer to buy products that are packaged bright and colorfully. So yes, we should adapt that here, and also offer, for example, you have a big product, offer the same product in smaller sizes. Okay, for quality, we have to make sure that the items are of great quality. Okay, avoid selling poor quality items and easily breakable items. Okay.
Hello, sir. Back to me again. 4.2, the comparison of the original product and localized version. So first, as we can see, pricing. Original fixed price at 2 ringgit 40 cents in Malaysia, and localized adjusted fixed price at uh, Indonesian rupiah 10,000 or 15,000 based on local market and costs. Product range. Original general variety for Malaysian consumers. Localized tailored to Indonesian needs, tropical climate products, local cooking tools, and halal personal care. So, labeling and language. Original English and Malay labels, halal certification present but less prominent. Localized Bahasa Indonesia labels premium halal logos fully compliant with Indonesian regulation. Packaging original, simple and functional design. Localized, more vibrant, cultural appropriate packaging with seasonal and promotional themes. The last one is going to be marketing and promotion. Original, general marketing approach. Localized is going to be community focused promotions and regional adaptability for diverse Indonesian markets.
Okay. So moving to the next part would be propositions or justifications for our 4.2 earlier. Okay, so this would be my part. Okay, so why we should improve the product? First is cultural relevance, including halal approved products would give the confidence to the majority of market in Indonesia to support our brand. Language localization. Using Bahasa Indonesia on labels and packaging increase accessibility and also creates a closer rapport between our brand and consumer. Third would be packaging and size preference. Adapting to these bright, colorful, attractive packages would create a automatic buying pattern for people to come and support due to the attractive designs on the label. Fourth would be quality exceptions. I said it earlier. All product, even though it's low cost, should be high quality. And for last one would be strategic alignment. These changes are not just operational but also strategic adjustment to local culture, economy, to position Tuco Eco Shop to build a brand loyalty and achieve long-term success in the Indonesian market. Okay, Pugal.
So, this is going to be my justification. As we look to expand in the Indonesian market, localization is critical. Adapting our product to suit local lifestyles, like offering prayer mats or traditional utensils, makes our offerings more relevant to useful in daily life. This approach isn't just practical, it shows that we understand and respect the culture, which builds a stronger connection with the customers right from the start. Another essential aspect from language and regulatory compliance, packaging must be in Bahasa Indonesia, especially for food and personal care products. To meet BPOM regulations, beyond compliance and clear culturally appropriate labeling enhances consumer trust, including halal certification where relevant further strengthens our brand credibility and signals respect for local values. Finally, we must also remember that low cost products are not enough on their own. Indonesian consumers expect durability and good value for money. By combining affordable pricing with quality and local relevance, we can build a loyal customer base. In a competitive retail landscape filled with both locals and international players, these differentiators will help us to stand out and establish a strong, trustworthy presence in the market. That's all from me, sir. Thank you.
Okay, moving on to the next part, conclusion.
Okay, so I'll be finishing with conclusion. In conclusion, expanding to EcoShop into the Indonesian market presents a great opportunity for growth beyond and Malaysian while continuing to promote more sustainable and affordable living. Indonesia's growing environmental awareness and large population, especially in urban areas, make it a promising market for two eco shops concept. Successful international expansions requires more than just a copying business model. It means just understanding the local market, adjusting pricing and product offering, and respecting cultural and economic difference. By adapting local to preference, uh, and building community trust, two EcoShop can establish itself not just as retailer but a positive force for environmental change in Indonesia. This study has shown the importance of market research, strategy planning, and cultural sensitivity in global marketing. With the right approach, we believe to EcoShop has strong potential to make uh, s- uh, we believe True EcoShop has strong potential to make a meaningful impact in Indonesia while staying true its on mission of promoting low waste and affordable lifestyles. Thank you. That's all from me, sir.
Okay. Okay. So thank you, sir, for your time. Thank you, sir. Okay, so hello sir. Today me and Pugal we are both at two eco shop Sri Muda to come and show around the shop. Okay, so we will be sharing more details in a bit. Thank you. we have Mr. Atik Yani with us. So we're going to ask him, sir, why do you like to buy from this shop?
Actually, this one shop has all item, many have item. This one very cheap. So all foreigner worker never going to expensive place. So this one cheap place, all person come to buy everything there. So I very happy to come this one shop now. I buy
Okay.
everything.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
வந்து புதாது இங்கே வந்து நம்ம மக்கள் சிலர் சொன்னாங்க அந்த கல்யாணம் போய் சாமான் வாங்கி விளாட்லாம்
ஓகே உங்கள் பேர் வந்து
பேர் சுகுமாரன்
சொல்லுங்கள் அது வேறு என்னென்ன நல்லது இந்த கடைக்கு வந்து வாங்குறதுனால
ஆனால் குவாலிட்டியான ஜாமான் வாங்கினா தாமானது நம்ம முறை வாங்குறதா அவங்க எதுவும் பாய்க்கிறது தான் தவுக்காரம் ஒரு கரண்டி மங்கு மற்ற இந்த வீட்டுக்கு வந்து போக் போடுறாங்களா அந்த ஜாமான் இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கம்மி குறைவு நம்ம அந்த குழந்தை பார்க்கணும் அதெல்லாம் விலை குறைவு கம்மி முக்கியமான ஜாமான் என்னன்னாக்கா இந்த பின்னு இந்த வீட்டுலாம் மாற்றுறது இந்த ஜாமான்லாம் வந்து கொஞ்சம் குறைச்சி வாங்கினாங்க அதுதான் வித்தியாசம் பொருட்கள் கிடைக்கணும்னாக்க விலை கூட ரொம்ப நம்ம எவ்வளோ வருமானம் சொல்கிறோம் அதுக்கு தகுந்த விலை வாங்கி போகிறோம் நம்ம வந்து
ஓகே ஓகே
Okay.
தேங்க்யூ டாக்டர் சார்
ஜாலியாக
தேங்க்யூ
சாப்பிட போகிறீங்க சரியா
ஓகே
ரொம்ப நன்றியா